All right. Okay, so it's a solid week, at least so far. What, Raw on the 18th, NXT on the 19th. Sunny outside where I'm at. It's cold though. Feels like wintertime. So, shouts to that. Trying to recall most of what took place on Raw. Watching this week, with it being an hour and a half, man, it really felt like, wait a minute, this is a 3 hour show for real, for real. So shouts to Hulu for, filling the time up. But it still was like, man, with the character development that was taking place, I wasn't really so agitated with the amount of time in the show. It was just like, man, there's so much happening. Like, ain't there more people? But whatever. Let's continue on. All right. So Monday Night Raw. It needs to stay on Mondays. I'm just waving my flag right there. Monday Night Raw is a Monday night institution. It's been like that for decades, and it needs to remain like that, in my opinion. But let's just get ahead and get through the 18th on that. All right. So Judgment Day and pause. Like and subscribe because you have to. Um, I appreciate those that did. Everybody in the delusional gang. Shouts to y'all. Um, Judgment Day and this R-Truth stuff. Miracle on 34th Street fight. I mean, mommy was there, so that's always a plus. 5 people coming out. It looks great. R-Truth being there. The comical element to the team. I mean, it's something to do. There was a lot of complaints about how serious they were, so solid solid addition in my opinion, but I'm not really like crazy about too much of it. But it's being done with as much class as possible. Still has that goofy stuff that the character is on, but everybody looked good. Dame and Rhea right now, I'm liking the dynamic. I'm not talking who's in charge. I'm talking they can both come to decisions together because they're not necessarily gonna have to fight each other for a championship eventually. So I'm liking it. I think they need to continue down that path. Now, what we got after that? Gunther and the Miz. I didn't get to see Miz at hometown. I'm mad. Miz put on quite possibly the best match of his life. No, not even quite possibly. I haven't seen anything better than that. If they would have put those two matches in both of his WrestleMania main events, or this match, cut it in half even. Look, Miz looked great out there. Whenever Gunther does decide to move on from the Intercontinental Championship, which I'm still kind of on those rumblings, like, hey, let's just let Gunther have it, and he just not relinquish it, but he retires. Like, he put his jersey in the rafters and he's off to another title now because clearly nobody's gonna beat him that wants that title. So he can move on to other things, and then he could automatically walk in with a level of prestige to it. That's my opinion. And then we got the Intercontinental Championship, which was never lost, already still shiny with all of the winnerness on it, and people like The Miz, characters like Big Bronson Reed right now. You know what I mean? I'm thinking Raw superstars. These are the main guys. Like, Shinsuke is a great, great spot for that IC championship, but we need to go on another run with it. Like, now the championship has a story, but once Gunther's done with it, what's gonna happen with it? I actually trust creative now, so I'm anticipating it, but I am not rushing it. Let Gunther get some more wins. Miz is back on the map, man. He on the map officially now after that one. Man, shouts to Miz. I'm very proud of him for that one. He really went out there and kicked ass, in my opinion. It was a long going match, and I wasn't bored. I was looking at it like, whoa, Miz out here pulling out new moves. He's really going in the repertoire. It feels like back in the day he was being like suppressed, and he couldn't really do most of the stuff that he was able to do on Raw. So I thought that was good on him. It looked real good. Cody Rhodes, bro, with Shinsuke. Oh, yes, American Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, and he was talking crazy about his daughter and all the just stuff. Good. I liked it. Good spot for Shinsuke. Good in the moment. Backstage brawl. All the crazy shit. Feud continues. That's fine. Katana Chance, Kaden Carter. I could have went another couple of months with Piper and Chelsea as women's tag team champions. Are we going in a direction with this? What are we doing with the way that her name is pronounced? Chelsea Green, that is. I don't know. I had my feelings on it before. I'm going to deal with it now. And I'm actually jumping on the side of the camp where if they are going to say her name normally, fine. Shouts to Sam. But it's all good if, she come back outside with that character, because it does bring that element of charisma to the character without them needing to really do anything yet. So, but then it still takes the character to get in there and make it happen. You know what I mean? But I'm liking what I'm looking at. I could have went with them with the tag titles a little bit longer. Kane and Katana was obvious eventually. I didn't get to see most of the build, so them getting to it, I'm not even going to complain about it. I'm just really, really proud of them. I've gotten all of my tears out, I think. And, hopefully this is where we're starting to literally reinvent the women's division in general, and the tag division, obviously, with that. So, Ivar, Kira Tozawa. All right. Shouts to Tozawa. Shouts to Alpha Academy. Ivar picked up the victory. That's fine. Nobody's lost it. I'm not even mad. Tozawa should be picking up a couple more victories, but he's in a solid stable, so it's good to look at all of that. What else we got after that? Drew McIntyre injured him. And, all right. Drew is in a real different spot right now, man. And I like Drew. I like Drew a lot. And Seth got bigger things to worry about. What match is gonna sell more for the main event of WrestleMania, if we looking that far down the line? Punk and Rollins. Drew's there, but I just hope that Drew is patient enough to continue being one of the most dangerous figures on like roster wide. In my opinion, I think he's literally I just said he's one of the most dangerous right now. He got the look, he's got the experience, he's got the aura to him. He intimidates anybody around him, and then he's pissed off right now. I don't think a title should be his end goal. Maybe chasing the title, but not getting pinned in matches should be the means. But then it's we need something for Drew that's going to make him look solid moving forward. Because you see them reaching for this storyline with and his family members and all of this, because the bloodline stuff it went sour. Seth kind of killed that. So now Seth is going to have to do it again. And I don't know. He talking all this, what you willing to lie, cheat, and steal now to win? Ain't everybody Seth? Stop it. But this is what I mean. They got to sell the main event of a Raw. But shouts to day one. So it's fine. It just get some kind of interest. No real heat built, except for, Drew beating his ass after the fact. And, whatever. Shouts to Seth. We're going to see him take out Drew on day one. And there we go. Jey Uso thought an Imperium's 2-on-1 tag on Kofi. Okay, cool. Jey Uso for Ludwig Kaiser after that. This is the 3-hour portion I didn't watch. Kofi's backstage wilding out, looking like a Slim Santa, giving out gifts everywhere. Mr. Hanky. That's what I was getting. Now, and I bang with Kofi. Obviously, New Day rocks. What's going on, Woods? Where's E? It'll take time to get him back, but to have something to do, Kofi's a perfect character for it. It's the holiday season. Holiday season ain't technically complete without some Kofi in it. You know what I'm saying? So, it was good. And then Judgment Day took on Creed Brothers. All right, tag titles. Judgment Day won, obviously. Boy, South of Heaven, man, that shit is looking real protected. And it's looking real strong. It looks nice. It got a lot of impact to it. And then it took time to pin them. The Creeds, that video package put them over, in my opinion. I think they're great. I can't wait till they get to the point they need to get to. And because look, I just can't even speak on them enough. They look awesome. They're going to get out there every single time and show us the same thing we saw in NXT. So I'm just technically, like I said, waiting for the moment for them to get the go. They already got the go, but we just going to keep it going. They ain't need the tag titles this early, in my opinion. Now we can start running them around a bunch of other teams, but I think we should find out what other teams are happening outside of Alpha Academy, because I don't remember nobody else in the moment. And DIY is there too. Shouts to DIY. That's a fact. And then Becky and Nia Jax did not make this list. At least maybe I scrolled past it. But either way, they had their promo to hype up their match at, I guess, day one. I'm not... Look, Becky need to win. Nia Jax need to still look strong. That's how I feel about that one. I bang with Nia Jax right now. She's actually doing some solid character work, in my opinion. And then her in the ring hurting people and shit is real. I'm liking it, man. Like, I'm not a fan of people getting hurt, but to be able to spin the storyline into that because, it's like that's all she does to people, bruh, it's awesome. And then the name, like they was able to spin it, get her back in and write her in like the woman that made the man. Like, come on, bro. It's better than the man's man or some shit like that. So I liked it. I liked it. Now, that was Raw. Raw was solid, man. The 3 hours that I missed, I'm pretty sure it was pretty high character development. But there goes that. Let's get into these streets of NXT, boy. Because Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton and then all the rest of them, they're doing their best. And this was one of those shows where I feel like it was actually one of the semi-holding pattern shows leading into New Year's Evil. So Fallon and Tiff looked good. Fallon got the victory. Tiff got the ass kicking in the end. I think that I think it's good stuff that's happening right now. I wasn't really crazy about the participation trophy award going around. Like, okay, you've been here for a while. Here's a good victory for you against a top slotted star. Nah, crazy shit went down, and what with the trash? Oh my God. What's gonna happen? This is Fallon's spot, man. It's an opportunity to make something of it. Tiff got star power, so we're gonna continue going with it and see what we get. Lexis King. I'm about to say Leslie. Anyway, Lexis King, Dion Lennox breakout tournament. Shouts to all the participants in the breakout tournament. They all look. This is quite possibly the best class I've seen thus far. I've maybe seen about 3 breakout tournaments, maybe 4 now. This is nice. Like, I'm liking everybody I'm seeing. Like I said, I don't got no pony in the race for real. But I can recall every single person I'm looking at. All the way even to Trey Bearhill. So, Dion Lennox. That's right. Like, you look up and down that line, part of me, and you see the future for real. Dion Lennox is one of those, and this is why they threw him out there. I wouldn't say first match, but this is why he came out this week like that. And we saw him last time. We seen him this time. Definitely know him. I won't say I know him, but I notice him. So we just going to see how it continues to move forward. Solid match. Him and Lexis King. Man, everybody likes Lexis King. I'm talking like not on TV. On TV, he's clearly supposed to be a not likable character, but off TV, he seems to be a likable guy. Definitely, some lineage with him, and I think he got the look. I think if the Cruiserweight title was still a thing, like if 205 Live was still a thing, I would love to see Lexis King over there, personally. Like a 205 type heavyweight, like a bigger body, you know what I mean? So it's good to look at. It's good to look at. I like the match that they had. You know what I mean? Dio got the victory. It's cool. Not Dio. Excuse me. Good Lord. Lexis King got the victory. That's cool. We move on. Kiana James, Izzy Dame beat Thea Hale, Jason Jane. Okay. Only thing I saw as far as Chase U segments was my man Professor Chase or Dean Chase, whatever you call him. That man was in the cut somewhere in somebody project basement playing CeeLo with OTM and scripts. I mean, he trying to get some bread up the look, man. My man Duke out with look, I can't speak to too much of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say too much. I ain't at liberty, but I mean, it's looking like some real things was taking place. I'm just pulling for Chase U to get through whatever little issues they got going on at the university on campus. So there goes that. Now, Thea Hale, Jason Jane, all right, cool. Kiana James, Izzy Dame, good win. Izzy Dame gonna keep on getting a look in, and we gonna see how I look. I don't know what the match looked like. Didn't make my TV, but okay, cool. What else happened with the women? All right, Cora was backstage, took her locker back. Gangster. Carmen Petrovic, look, new name, new body. She been around for a little minute, a little karate type. I ain't mad. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? A martial artist. So, look, I mean, let's get it popping. We're going to see her and Carmen next week. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it. If it even make my TV, I don't know. Dragon Lee, Charlie Dempsey, and Joe Coffey for the North American Championship. All right. No quarter catch crew. Good. 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 I remember going back and watching one of the old school well, it was a newer version of it, but I've been fucking with Drew Gulak for years. You know what I'm saying? So now he got a stable with him. I love it. I love every bit of it. I'm so happy to see it, and I'm definitely believing in the process with all four of them. Charlie Dempsey, one of the standouts from the level up process. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just proud of all of them down there. And we're looking at a stable now. You know what I mean? When let's just go 6 months ago, all four of these guys had absolutely nothing to do. Maybe hopefully an episode or a match on Level Up. You know what I mean? And, now they part of something. It feels like it means something. Like, Dempsey done been in NXT matches and all the rest of them. You know what I mean? They got some good experience. So, good. It's really good. Under the leadership of Drew Gulak, who done been on the main roster, done traveled, done did all the things, and been in the live events, and been around, been a chauffeur, all the rest of the things. Shouts to him. I'm liking it. And then, all right, so it's something to do with coffee. So now we got Joe versus Joe. My man Joe Coffey versus Joe Gacy. I have no comment. Dragon Lee, as North American champion, when he gets into a one-on-one match and is going to be a solid one, holla at me. Because I know it's going to be that. We just going to have to get there when we get there. What else we got? Tavion Heights, Luca Crucifino men's breakout tournament. All right, I said I didn't have a favorite. These two guys, and again, two more familiar faces from the Level Up process in my world. So, look, the fans love Tavion. I knew the fans was going to love Tavion from the gate. As soon as he came kicking out the first time with the punch, yep, this guy he gets it. Yep, and then he came in the ring, and even when it was times where there was no energy, he was still right there with the same vibe. That matters bigly. So, shouts to my man Tavion. You know what I mean? And then, who? Look. If you need some special counsel, man, give me a call, send me a message in the inbox, send me in the comments. I get you my man's card, and we'll go from there. Gallus beat Hank Walker and Tank Ledger. All right, so a halfway solid night for Gallus. Something going on all sides. That's cool. Hank and Tank, a good, fun NXT tag team. A modern day Briggs and Jensen, in my opinion, or Brooks and Jensen, however you want to call it. Brooks got... What? Who is it? What Trevor won? The big one. He's going up against Noam Dar next week. No, what is it? For the Heritage Cup? Look, man, it's certain things you like. Look, he trying to get some momentum. You know what I mean? But you don't come up on metaphor thinking you're gonna get that momentum. You know what I mean? Shouts to LaShawn and Jackie. You know what I mean? What up, Oro? You know what I mean? Just. How's your boy? So people about to call me. Tell Luca we need to. You know what I mean? So now there goes that. Ilya Dragunov, Rich Holland. Did I miss anything? Hank and Tank. Oh, and Gallus, tag division shit. Speaking of tag division shit, before we get into the main event of the show, shouts to Trick Mellow Gang. Excuse me. What's happening backstage with this tag title business? Chase U and my man making matches for the tag titles or whatever, and whoever Shorty is speaking for the Don and them. Look, I bang with a capiche. Enough said. All right, so now let's get into this main event with my man Dragunov and Ridge Holland. Non-title, main event. Shouts to Ridge, man. I mean, shouts to the champion, obviously, but the champion ain't as important right now as Ridge's little story of trying to get back in NXT and gain redemption. I don't really care about what's happening with him and the Brutes right now. I hope they good. He still had the little graphic up with him and Butch. Hope Sheamus is solid. Can't wait for them to all get back together eventually. The Rumble is coming. So there goes that. But honestly, the last time I saw Ridge, Holland seemingly inadvertently injured the NXT champion. All right, so there's no telling what's happening right now. And like I said, this all actually adds to my point with my man Ridge. I remember when he got to NXT and somebody jumped out and he caught them but snapped his leg or hurt his knee or some shit like that. And we had all learned about his little rugby past and how aggressive he was. Left because he got kicked out of some shit like that because he's injuring people. You know, real Nia Jax of the league. But when he went down with that injury, it was like, dang, because he was actually slotted to be one of the better ones. Like, he was next up. And it was such a transitional time for 1.0 into like somewhat 1.5 on USA Network. He went down in such a bad time. So to see him get back and then get back with the Brutes, and we'll get with the Brutes, and then really find some kind of trajectory, and then having this little story with wanting to redeem himself and the rest of it, I actually could get behind it. And then, you know, this whole thing happens with the injury to the champion, and we don't know what's about to happen. And I'm just like, wait, bro, like, this guy just injured this guy again. This is a space for character development, because now it's like, damn, I can't help but fucking hurt people. Because that's what it looks like, Ridge. You look like y'all injuring people. Not a Mad Dragon can't even fight. So, I mean, what's going to happen with the title? We're going to have to find out next week. Man, it's a lot happening. Somewhat of a holding pattern. Dijak got some business going on with somebody right now. Gacy and Kofi under the ring. You know what I mean? Like, Tiffany Fallon about to have a, I don't know, like a garbage bag match. Like, I have no idea, man. But NXT is crazy right now. Trick and Mello, I don't even know what to make of those two right now. Like that. Oh my goodness. So, shouts to them. Shouts to everybody. They all kicked ass this week. I enjoyed it. I can't wait for SmackDown to see what happens next. I was really hoping Punk would have came to NXT and we could have just really got, like, I think the viewership would have spiked. I think that people would have been interested. I think that all of the superstars down there would have definitely, the future would have been molded. And that would have been CM Punk's redemption process or his story. But I know, because then he'd have to go down there and be undefeated, and it just doesn't make sense. It's too much of a wave. So I get it. There goes that. That was Raw. That was NXT. If you subscribed, I appreciate it. If you didn't, you should hurry up and do that. And I mean, if you're just paying attention, I'd ask why, but I already know why, and I ain't mad at you. I be paying attention to me too. So you go ahead and keep it up.